Let's get right into it. Number 10. The eye contact thing that isn't actually eye contact. You know how some people look at you and it feels like they're reading your Amazon order history? That's not what we're talking about here. What men actually notice is when you make eye contact and then look away at just the right speed. Not too fast, that screams, I'm terrified of human interaction. Not too slow, that's a staring contest nobody signed up for. There's this sweet spot, usually around 3 to 4 seconds, where your brain is doing complex social mathematics without you even knowing it. Here's the thing. Sustained eye contact triggers the release of oxytocin, the same chemical responsible for bonding between mothers and babies. So when you nail that timing, you're basically telling someone's nervous system, hey, we're safe together, without saying a word. The pupils dilate slightly, the prefrontal cortex lights up like a Christmas tree, and boom, you've registered as interesting. But here's where it gets weird. When you break eye contact by looking down or to the side, not up, never up, that reads as dismissive, it creates what psychologists call approach motivation. You've essentially created a tiny mystery. Their brain goes, wait, why'd she look away? And now they're hooked because humans are nosy creatures who need answers to questions nobody asked. The punchline? You're literally weaponizing your eyelids, and they have no idea it's happening. Number 9. You smell like memory lane. Imagine walking past someone and suddenly you're 12 years old eating cookies at your grandmother's house. That's the power of scent, and it's operating on a level so primal that language hasn't even caught up to it yet. Your olfactory bulb, the fancy name for your smell detector, is directly connected to the limbic system, which handles emotions and memories. This is why certain perfumes don't just smell good, they hijack entire emotional databases. When a man notices you in silence, your scent is doing about 40% of the heavy lifting. We're not talking about drowning yourself in perfume like you're trying to cover up a crime scene. It's way more subtle than that. It's the combination of your natural pheromones mixed with whatever products you use, shampoo, lotion, laundry detergent, that creates this signature cloud of you. Studies show that men can actually smell ovulation. Yeah, that's not a joke. Women near ovulation produce different pheromone profiles, and men rate them as more attractive without consciously knowing why. Their testosterone levels literally spike just from being near these scent cues. Your body is running a sophisticated marketing campaign and didn't even send you a memo about it. So basically, you're walking around as a biological marketing strategy, and the product is you. Number 8. The posture paradox. Here's something nobody tells you. Confidence isn't loud. You're not supposed to walk into a room like a cartoon villain announcing your presence. The women who get noticed in silence have figured out something counterintuitive. They take up space without apologizing for it, but they don't perform it like a peacock on steroids. Your posture is constantly broadcasting information. Shoulders back, chin level, spine aligned, this isn't just yoga instructor propaganda. When you carry yourself this way, you're literally changing your hormone profile. Power poses increase testosterone and decrease cortisol. Your body is telling your brain, we're in charge here, and your brain believes it because your brain is frankly kind of gullible. Men pick up on this instantly because humans are hardwired to assess social hierarchies faster than you can say evolutionary psychology. Someone with grounded, relaxed posture signals self-assurance, which in turn signals value. It's the same reason animals puff up to look bigger, except you're doing it with skeletal alignment instead of feathers. But here's the kicker. It's the relaxed part that matters most. Tension reads as insecurity, even if you're standing up straight. Your nervous system has to believe the confidence for your body to sell it properly. You can't fake loose shoulders while your muscles are practicing origami. In other words, your skeleton is snitching on your self-esteem. Number 7. You move like you're not in a hurry to prove anything. Picture this. 2 women walk into a coffee shop. One is moving like she's late for a meeting with destiny. The other is moving like she already had coffee with destiny last week and it was fine. Guess which one pulls focus? There's something magnetic about slow, deliberate movement. It's not lazy, it's intentional. When you move through space without rushing, you're subconsciously communicating that you're comfortable in your environment. Anxious people move fast. Confident people move at their own pace because they're not running from discomfort or chasing approval. This ties into something called low reactive temperament. People who move calmly trigger fewer threat responses in others. Your nervous system is constantly scanning for danger, and frantic movement registers as either prey behavior or predator behavior, neither of which is attractive. Smooth, controlled movement says, I'm neither hunting nor being hunted. I'm just existing, and it's going great. Mirror neurons in the observer's brain start firing too. When someone watches you move gracefully, their brain simulates that movement. They're essentially test driving your energy, and if it feels good, they want more of it. You're not just walking across a room, you're creating a vibe other people's brains want to copy. So yeah, you're basically infecting people with your calmness like some kind of Zen plague. Number 6. The smile that doesn't need a reason. Some people smile like they're auditioning for a toothpaste commercial. Others smile like they just remembered a joke from 3 years ago and it's still funny. The second type is what stops people in their tracks. Genuine smiles, the ones scientists call Duchenne smiles, activate the muscles around your eyes, not just your mouth. Fake smiles only move your mouth, and humans are scarily good at detecting the difference, even when they're not consciously aware they're doing it. When you smile for real, even if it's just at your own thoughts, it releases endorphins and serotonin in your brain. But here's the wild part. It does the same thing in the brain of anyone watching you. Emotional contagion is real. When you're genuinely amused or content, people nearby catch it like a yawn. Their brains mirror your emotional state because that's how social bonding worked back when we lived in caves and needed to know if the person next to us was chill or about to freak out about a saber-toothed tiger. A woman who smiles to herself, not at her phone, not at a person, just at life, creates curiosity. What does she know that I don't? It's an open loop their brain wants to close. You've become interesting by just enjoying your own company. Turns out, being amused by your own existence is a flex nobody can ignore. Number 5, you're not performing availability. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Desperation has a frequency, and everyone can hear it. When you're in a space scanning the room for validation, making yourself too available, laughing a little too hard at mediocre jokes, you're broadcasting, "Please pick me," in surround sound. The women who get noticed in silence have figured out the cheat code. They're just doing their thing, reading a book in a cafe, focused on a conversation with a friend, genuinely absorbed in literally anything that isn't being noticed. This creates something psychologists call intrinsic value. You're interesting because you're interested in something. Men are hunters, and hunters are wired to pursue, not to be pursued. When you're not performing availability, you create scarcity, and scarcity drives up perceived value. This isn't game playing, it's just how attention works. Things that seem too easy to obtain feel less valuable. It's the same reason you want the restaurant with the line out the door, not the empty one with the sad owner waving you in. Your body language, your energy, your attention, when it's genuinely invested in something other than being chosen, you become the person people want to be chosen by. The dynamic flips entirely. Basically, being unbothered is the highest form of bait. Number 4, the voice that doesn't apologize for existing. There's a specific vocal pattern that makes people lean in. It's not loud, it's not high-pitched to sound feminine, it's not performed cute, it's grounded, clear, and unapologetic. When you speak, even just a little, your voice either invites people closer or pushes them away based on about 17 different factors you're not consciously controlling. Vocal fry, uptalk, hedging language like, maybe, I guess, these are all nervous system tells. They signal uncertainty, and uncertainty reads as low status. A woman whose voice is steady, whose words are chosen deliberately, who doesn't rush through sentences like she's afraid someone will interrupt, that's who commands a room without raising her volume. There's also something called vocal attractiveness, which is a real field of study. Lower-pitched female voices are rated as more competent and confident. But it's not about forcing your voice lower. It's about speaking from your diaphragm instead of your throat. Throat voices sound thin and anxious. Diaphragm voices sound like you believe what you're saying. Men respond to vocal confidence on a subconscious level because voice carries emotional information faster than words do. Before their conscious brain processes what you said, their limbic system has already decided whether your voice feels safe, authoritative, or chaotic. In short, your vocal cords are running HR for your entire personality. Number 3, you smell like you're not trying. Wait, didn't we already talk about scent? Yes, but this is different. This is about the absence of trying too hard. There's a specific vibe women give off when their beauty routine is actually for them, not for an audience. When your skincare, your hair, your everything is dialed in because you enjoy the ritual, not because you're terrified of being judged, it shows. Men can't articulate this, but they sense it. There's a difference between high maintenance pretending to be low maintenance and actually low key about it. It's in the details. Nails that are clean but not Instagram ready, hair that looks good but not like you spent 3 hours on it, skin that's glowing because you're hydrated and sleep well, not because you're running a full spa operation every morning. This ties into something called effortless perfection, which is actually a toxic concept when taken to extremes, but in moderation it works. When you look put together without looking like you're trying desperately to look put together, it signals abundance. I have so much going on that looking good is just a side effect, not the main event. The irony? The less you perform beauty, the more magnetic it becomes. You've accidentally hacked the attention economy by refusing to participate in it too loudly. Basically, you won by not treating it like a competition. Number 2. The energy of someone who's already chosen herself. This is the big one. This is the thing that separates women who get noticed from women who get remembered. There's a specific energy you carry when you've stopped waiting for external validation to feel complete. You're not looking for someone to rescue you from yourself. You're not shopping for a personality upgrade. You're just whole. Already. When a woman walks into a room with this energy, it's like watching someone who already won the game show up anyway. There's no neediness, no seeking, no pick-me desperation, just presence. And presence is magnetic because it's so rare. Most people are performing, seeking, adjusting, calculating. You're just existing. That's the whole flex. Men notice this instantly because it triggers their own insecurities. Why doesn't she need me to validate herself? Now you're interesting. Now you're the puzzle. Their ego wants to be the thing that makes you light up, but you're already lit. So either they rise to the occasion or they disqualify themselves. And either way, you win. This isn't about being cold or unavailable. It's about being full. Your cup is already overflowing, so anything someone adds is a bonus, not a necessity. That's the energy that stops people mid-sentence. You're not a question looking for an answer. You're the whole damn statement. Number 1. You're comfortable in silence, and it shows. Here's the truth bomb. Most people are terrified of silence. They fill every gap with noise, talking, laughing, checking their phone, anything to avoid the void. But there's a specific kind of woman who sits in silence like it's a luxury chair she bought herself. She doesn't fidget, she doesn't perform, she just exists, comfortably, in the quiet. This is the ultimate signal. Comfort in silence means comfort in your own company. And comfort in your own company means you're not desperate for someone else to fill the gaps. Men pick up on this immediately because silence is where truth lives. You can fake confidence with words. You can't fake it in silence. Your body language, your micro-expressions, your energy,
It all comes out when there's nothing to hide behind. Neurologically, silence activates the default mode network in your brain, the part responsible for self-reflection and introspection. When you're at ease in that state, it signals emotional maturity and self-awareness. People are drawn to that because most humans are running from their own thoughts like it's a cardio workout. When you're the woman who doesn't need to fill the air, who can sit across from someone and just be without performing, you've unlocked the final level. You're not just noticeable, you're unforgettable. Because in a world where everyone's shouting, the person who's comfortable saying nothing is the one everyone remembers. Silence isn't awkward when you're at peace with yourself. It's just space, and you own it. That's all for today. I'll be making more videos like this, so subscribe if you don't want to miss them.